It is, as I said last night, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome two great friends, Charles Michel and Ursula von der Leyen, the presidents of the European Council and the European Commission, for our 19th Canada-EU summit. Obviously, extremely complex times in the world right now, and important moments to pull together with friends, especially friends who are so like-minded and so interconnected on so many different issues, whether it's how to grow strong economies in inclusive ways that works for all of our citizens, or whether it's how to continue to step up in the fight against climate change while innovating and creating solutions that are going to build us that better future, whether it's talking about energy, whether it's talking about geopolitical instability and the need to continue to work together and step up. There's an awful lot to talk about, but there's an awful lot to do as well. And that's why the outcomes of this meeting are substantive and real, but as well the actions we're going to be taking over the coming years, as we have over the past years, is going to make a real difference for people, not just in Europe and in Canada, but around the world. C'est un énorme plaisir de pouvoir accueillir mes amis Charles Michel et Ursula von der Leyen ici à Terre-Neuve et Labrador pour parler justement des grands enjeux auxquels on fait face dans le monde. Comment on va créer des économies qui fonctionnent pour tout le monde avec les coûts de la vie, avec les défis des chaînes d'approvisionnement réelles pour nos citoyens des deux côtés de l'Atlantique. Comment on va continuer à démontrer du leadership dans la lutte contre les changements climatiques, pas seulement parce que c'est important pour nos citoyens et pour la réalité qu'on vit avec des événements météorologiques extrêmes, mais aussi parce que c'est l'avenir plus prospère qu'on est en train de bâtir avec l'innovation, avec les avancées scientifiques sur lesquelles on travaille. Le commerce va bien, notre accord de libre-échange est en train de démontrer des impacts réels. Mais on est dans un contexte géopolitique extrêmement compliqué de pouvoir se rassembler entre amis, où on partage des valeurs, où on travaille ensemble sur les grandes solutions. C'est de ça dont les citoyens ont besoin, et je suis très très content de pouvoir les accueillir ici. Sur ce, je passe la parole à Charles.
Merci beaucoup, Justin. Merci, cher Premier ministre. La confiance et l'amitié, ce sont vraiment les fondations de la relation entre l'Union européenne et le Canada. We share the same values, we share the same dreams, we share the same hopes for a common future, human dignity, democratic principles, fundamental freedoms. This is a fundamental inspiration for all of us. And that's why we will work together to address various challenges. First, we want more peace and more security, and that's why we are together to support the Ukrainians. We are together to sanction Russia and to promote a world based on fundamental rules and principles, and to defend the UN Charter. That's why we are also together when it comes to the conflict in the Middle East to support rights for Israel to defend itself in line with the international law, to address the humanitarian consequences of this terrible crisis, and to support the two-state solution. We want more prosperity, and we want to address the fundamental transitions we are facing, the digital transition with the generative artificial intelligence and with a lot of consequences for our societies, and climate change. And it requires innovation. That's why we will strengthen our ambition to work together, to innovate, to develop more technologies, to resolve those difficulties and those challenges together. And I am absolutely convinced that if there would be more relationships like our relationship, Canada and the European Union, the world would be safer, more prosperous, more stable, more predictable. Thank you, dear Prime Minister, for hosting us in this very symbolic place, in this very symbolic location. You can count on the EU. We are a loyal partner, a predictable partner. We want to do our best to strengthen our ties and to deliver for our citizens in Canada, but also in the European Union. Merci encore.
Merci, Charles. Ursula.
Thank you very much, Justin, for inviting us here to Newfoundland, Labrador. And thank you very much for welcoming us to the Rock. And I think this is the living proof, this 19th EU-Canada summit here in St. John's, that we have a rock-solid friendship. And today, indeed, we will discuss many topics. Of course, we will discuss the eruption of violence in the Middle East, Thanks God there is now a pause and hostages relieved. We will discuss Ukraine and the stamina that Ukraine shows and the stamina of our support to Ukraine. And we have many very good bilateral topics, be it Horizon, our world-renowned research and development program, be it the Green Alliance that we are forming now, or the AI partnership. And I'm very much looking forward to our hydrogen roadmap that is developing, just to name a very few topics. So let's go to work. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup tout le monde. Thank you all.
Everyone.